I've got 2 gigs tonight. Thankfully, the comedy industry is now open and we've got shows happening. So we're heading to what is known as the Santon Comedy Club. So this is like quite a elite type gig, you know, proper, very, very formal. People will come dressed in quite fancy. They've got a menu that I don't think I could ever afford. It's like a plate of biltong is like $300. It's like that type of vibe, you know. So yeah, I've got that gig now. That's the first gig we're gonna do, and then the second gig we're gonna do is at Marshall's Craft and Eatery. Which is basically like a very basic restaurant. It's a Thursday night gig. Comedians come, they sort of try out the new material, have fun, and I think I want people to see both sides of what comedy can be like, and why I feel comedy is probably the most entertaining form of live performance.
You understand the claps? Let's get the claps going, get the claps going, get the claps going, get the claps. Please welcome to the stage your opening act, Mr. Suhayl Essa!
DJ Khaled!
Hello! Hi, good evening. How are you guys doing? Good, good. So I just want to get it out there. My name is Suhayl, and I'm Muslim. Surprise, I know a lot of you are wondering. And I know that when I say that, I know that a lot of you still believe those stereotypes about us. You know the ones I'm talking about. You know. And I know because pre-COVID, I was doing a gig in Brakpan. Yeah, because comedy will take you places. So I was doing this gig in Brakpan, right? And I said I'm Muslim, and this guy at the back of the crowd shouts out, I hope you don't blow us up. Bruh. What kind of a low self-esteem terrorist do you think I am to blow myself up in Brakpan? There's like a million thoughts going through your mind when you're on stage, because you're like, at any point you could stop and change your mind, talk about something else. You could address something weird that's happening in the room, address someone weird that is in the room. So it's a constant like thinking process when you're on stage. You guys married? You guys? Not yet. You, sir? You married? No, not yet. Just farting and sitting. That's what. Just saving your cows. You saving your cows. You guys, you married? You guys? Why you laughing? Why? Love lives here too. Yeah. No, you're not? You guys not together? Just friends? Seeing how things go, or taking it easy? No, that's fine, you can. Yeah. Yeah. So do you guys live together? You not yet. Still don't have enough cows. No goats, chickens. Saving up. How long you guys been together?
7 years.
7 years. Wow. Yo, you taking your time, bruh. Bruh, that's like 3 degrees. You should know her well by now. Yes, sis. Do you feel like you understand women, like now that you've been with one for 7 years?
I don't think I ever will.
You don't think you ever will? Well, these guys clearly did it, and they were like, hey, let's just date each other, bro. Yeah. So that was a interesting gig. Another gig, another day.
Was it the other way around?
Huh?
Was it the other way around? Another day, another gig.
Another day, yes, another day, another gig. Well, look, we're going to Greenside, to this little restaurant. I feel like it's going to be a very different experience for you now, because now you're going to see a more raw style of comedy. Like that, very much polished. If you notice, it was like from one to the next joke, and there's a lot of theatrics and performance. And I think the next performance, you're going to see a different style of performance. It's going to be a lot more casual, laid back, conversational almost. This was more stagey. But it's nice. I like both.
Put your hands together and make some noise for the amazing Suhayl Essa!
Hello! Are you guys tired yet of hearing how happy comedians are to see colored people here? Are you guys tired of hearing that? So every comedian was impressed at how many colored people. I'm impressed at the 2 white people that are here. It's still here. Because I know at some point, sir, in your mind, you were thinking, yes, sis, I'm surrounded. Babes, let's not laugh too loud. Look at them first. When Emilia was like, you guys are from Rivoli, they were like, yo, we can't laugh at this one. We put them there. Now that we're coming out of the pandemic and comedy is starting up again. I mean, all the comedy clubs that existed pre-COVID in South Africa are now closed down. So we have no actual comedy clubs. There used to be a comedy club in Monte Casino called Parker's, which was open from 2008. And that shut. And there was another one in Melville called the Melville Comedy Club, and that shut. And then in Cape Town, they had one at the V&A waterfront, and then that shut. So every time a comedy club shut, us as comedians, we all felt it because we were like, we don't have a home now. Now we've got to go beg people to, you know, oh, you've got a restaurant. Hey, we'll do a night of comedy for you guys for like next to nothing, you know. We got to hustle now and create our own spaces to do comedy. We'll get through it. And it's interesting now because I feel like coming out of the pandemic also, people want something to do. They want to get out safely, obviously, but people would prefer being out and having live entertainment in small spaces with not too many people, not too much crowding. And this is something people can do on any given night of the week, in Johannesburg at least. Where I'm from in Durban, the comedy scene isn't as well developed, and they really are trying. Even Cape Town, it's not really that well developed. Like they may have 1 or 2 gigs a week at best. And a lot of the guys there, like, in fact, majority of the guys there cannot live off stand-up comedy. Here in Joburg, I suppose there is more of a market for corporate comedy, so a lot of comedians make their money that way. But we know that that's sort of the clown business. You put on a suit, you do what everyone else does. It's like going to the office every day. Somebody's going to tell you what you can say, what you can't say. And the whole point of comedy is to be able to freely express yourself. Free speech is what we live for, and we wish to uphold. As painful as the topics we may be talking about, as hard as they may be to talk about, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to tell the truth and make people laugh and think about it. Some of the greatest comedians aren't necessarily the funniest comedians, but they tell you the truth, and that's really where comedy comes from, the truth. Everything you hear from a good comedian is just him telling a truth that you never thought of yourself. That's pretty much the whole trick of it. It's just all day long, you go about your life as the audience member. You think about your day, what you plan to do, all life struggles, and a comedian has all that, but at the same time he's processing it with the filter of what's true enough about this that I can make funny. That I think is the true nature of our job. So most comedians, to pay the bills, you're gonna go and put on that suit and go and perform for a company, and it's enjoyable. I'm not saying that it's not. It's great. But these small rooms is what we actually live for. Life's changed for all of us. It's changed. Changed a lot for me because just before the first lockdown, I got married. Yeah, it was a bribe for 50 people, just like Cyril asked. That was about 1/10 of my immediate family, so I was very happy, saved a lot of money. Because me, I brag about how much I save. I don't like bragging about how much I spend. A lot of people like doing that. Even guys brag about how elaborate and expensive their weddings are. I didn't know that. I entered a conversation two guys were having. Come, I tell you, brah, my wedding, pull up 4 Lambos, police escort, exclusive, my bro. What you talking? At my wedding, I pulled up in a camel, army escort. Dudu Zane Zuma cut the ribbon at my wedding. Exclusive, Gazi. I entered that conversation. Sorry, guys. When I got married, the president shut down the entire country. And then he gave a speech that was exclusive. What fulfills us is these small crowds that truly never knew about you before. They never knew you. In fact, some of the most famous comedians say that the one thing they miss after getting the fame and getting the money and the success is being unrecognizable in a room of people and just having them laugh because you are funny. Not because they saw you on TV or they know you're famous or you're notorious for something you've done. You're a stranger that walks into a restaurant, bar, comedy club, whatever it may be, and you can change people's perceptions and make them laugh at the same time. That's why most of us do what we do. I don't know what your question was, but I feel like I've covered a lot.
Hey, come on, man. Subscribe. Then share the video and click like. You know you want to. New videos dropping weekly.